Okay, can we hear me now? Hello. I think we can hear me now. My audio mixer was turned off. I have no idea why. All right. Wow, you have to pull it really far to see five cards at once. Roar. There we go. Yay! Things work so much better when there's sound, doesn't it? All right. So let's hang out a few minutes and get all set up and see if we get some more peeps in. What did I just throw on the floor by accident? Oh, okay. Apparently, I threw a level on the floor. I'm not sure why I did that. So, how are you ladies this evening? What's new and wonderful? Oh, wow. Hello, Darcy. What is up, lady? Okay, come on. Come on. Be level. Hey, we're level. Most of us. All right. Maybe it'll just be the three of us today. I mean, that's what I get for missing a week, huh? I wouldn't mind a small class for my my triumphant return. Well, hello, buddy. What you doing? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Honey, don't. Aw. Poor little boy. Oh. I am going to tape my book together as soon as Revan gets off of it. I'll show you how I do it so you can figure out if you want to do it too. Mr. Revan, this is unacceptable, honey. You can't sit there, dollface. You can't sit there, honey bunch. No, come on. Sweetheart, you gotta move. Yeah, you. Come here. Can you come over here to the bed? This room is full of kitty beds. Absolutely jam-packed. The teacher's pets are here. Yeah, they are. Actually, this one right here that just came in to sit under the camera, and right there, just off the camera, is the other one. Hi, Soonie Balloony. What, are you leaving now? Oh, I talked about her. Now she's leaving. She's leaving. I'm out of here. Okay, now will you go somewhere else, Ron? Come on, right here. Come on. Please come sit on the kitty bed. Sweetheart. What do you need, honey? We have a class to hold. I'm 5 minutes late, and I need you to be off my desk, honey. Come here. I'm sorry, guys, but he's really, like, fighting back. It's not a usual Revan trait. He wants to be right where I'm working. Okay, good boy. Yikes. And he is no little cat. He's a big boy. All right. We are back to dabbling and doodling. And the first thing I'm going to do, like I said, is tape this together so I can show you how the first half of the book will go. Or star, or accordion, or whatever you want to turn it into. But I added some shading and some highlighting, and I think I'm not done yet, but I'm fairly happy with the first half of my book. I hope you guys are happy with the first half of your stuff too, or whatever pages you did, you know. I don't know if you're making a book or did all of them, but whatever you did, I hope you're happy with it. I'm going to take the first 2 pages in any case and just put a plain old piece of Scotch tape right there. And fold it over. And then open it and do the same thing right down the line. I'm going to put this one on top of the one before it and put the tape on. And I do it that way so that there is enough tape to wrap around. It does, however, it does leave a tiny, oh, well in this case it left a great big space because I didn't make sure my page was straight. But if you make sure your pages are straight, it will still leave a space between each page. Like so. See the spaces? So if you don't want that, you can always tape it like this. The problem here is that then it won't accordion properly. And the other fix then is that you tape it on the inside side, I think. So if this one was to fold this way, this would be the inside edge because it'll be inside when it's closed. And then you would put the tape on this side, right? But, you know, who wants tape on the inside of their stuff? Here's the problem. See, I taped it when it was together. Now it won't fold properly. Let's see if I can stretch the tape. Stretch tape. It just pushed the card over. All right, I'm going to do it with this one now. Well, hello, Patty Lang. I am so happy you're here. Leslie and Darcy, say hi to Patty. Patty, Leslie, and Darcy. And I missed last week, so I don't know if people know for sure that I'm back. So I don't know what kind of class it'll be tonight, Patty, but I'll show you quickly here what I do here on Wednesday night with these ladies and some others. This is what we've been drawing. This is the first half of what will end up being an accordion doodle book. And we got a bunch of different people doing it along, and we've seen some of them. I do get to see some people's stuff, and people are just talented as all get out there. Some people have some fabulous ideas. All right, so still some highlighting and shading to do on this puppy. For me, I don't know how far you guys got on all those finished details from last time. But we're going to get started on section number 2 of the book. So fold this puppy up like so. And when it's done, it can just be a book just like this. Leslie especially, because she was asking me earlier today how this is going to go together. So this is kind of a look at how it will go together, right? But if you don't like this use of it, or you don't like this way of turning it into a book, I can totally teach you other ways of turning this same stuff into a book. So make sure you let me know what you would like to have happen with your parts, and I'll make sure that I teach you how to do it. All right. Well, like I said, I don't know who's going to make it and who's not. I know Lindy was here earlier and thought she missed it, but I was actually having troubles getting the stream started. So I had to stop the stream and restart it. So I'm not sure if she's going to make it back or not, but we'll see. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. I wasn't supposed to do that. Did you guys peek? No peeking. Okay, get out your practice paper and your pencils, and let's start practicing what today is. I will teach you a brand new flower. Patty, if you want to join along, I highly recommend doodling. It's good for your brain and your spirit. And all, it's all good things. Doodling is all good things. Okay, so here's today's flower. You're going to start with a big fat circle. And you can cheat or not cheat, whatever makes you comfy. Okay, so if you want to freehand a big fat circle, go ahead and freehand. Excuse me, sir. I did not invite you back. Okay, go over here then. Keep going. No, keep going. Keep going. More. There you go. You can lay over there. Good job. Here, a fun fact for you, Patty. Just about everybody who comes to this says they really can't draw and can't doodle and whatever. And I've seen the work every single one of them has done, and they're gorgeous and fun. So, there. Okay, in any case, cheat on the circle part if you want to. In fact, how about if I cheat on the circle part too? So you're not self-conscious if you want to cheat. I'll pull out my ginormous glue stick and start with that. Okay, there is my first circle. Oh my gosh, can you see it? Let's pull in. There we go. That's better. Sorry about the lines. It's just gonna be that way till I get a light diffuser. Okay, so once you have gotten a circle, cheated or otherwise, we're gonna do the starfish, jumping jack, whatever kind of measurement you want to call it, Patrick. To start, I'm going to show you a couple different ways to make this flower and what the difference is in it. But for the first iteration of this flower, start with your circle and then do your jumping jack marks. So head and arms and legs. My jumping jacker is a little uneven. I'm gonna move that one to over there a little bit. Sorry, I know I'm not supposed to erase. How many times do I tell you guys erasing is cheating? But, how am I gonna show you if I don't do it right? That is bizarre. Why can't you see that line? There it is. Oh, that's some weird stuff, hon. That's some weird, weird stuff right there. Okay, ready? Once you have your circle and your little cheat jumping jack lines, make one of the lines be at 3 o'clock. So here's my 3 o'clock. And, I don't know how to tell you what size. We're not going to go too far out from the edge, but the only thing we're going to do right now is create an arch. So pretend like you're making a rainbow. So start where your cheat line and circle intersect and make an arch, like so. And then turn it. Now my lines are at about 1 and 4. This is like my comfy spot. You will learn what your comfy spot is. This is an estimation of what's comfy for me to do the next part. So I turn it a little bit. My lines are now at 1 and 4 instead of 3 and whatever that was. I'm going to put my pencil right back where the arch ends. And then keep the line going until it... Oh, I got something on my mat. There we go. Until it meets at the next intersection of cheat line and circle. It's a lot like half a heart, right? Just a long, long, skinny heart. Then finish the turn so that this is at 3 o'clock. And make a new arch. Shift again so that, remember, you're using, move your paper, not your hand. So this is moving my paper so my arch can go in. And look, I just made it bigger. And then this is my turning the paper instead of my hand so I can finish this petal. I'm going to put my pencil back down where the rainbow ends. And bring it all the way around like so. That's all you do. That's all you do for this flower. I mean, for the basis of it. I'll show you how to do all the details and filling it in a minute. But go ahead and make the rest of your rainbows and finishing lines. And while you're doing that, I will show you an alternate way of doing this flower. Okay. Pretend I haven't done anything yet. Oh, shoot. Giant glue sticks are allowed if you drop them. Just an info public service announcement. So I'm going to put a new circle on. And I'm going to start the exact same way, right? With my jumping jack people. Marks. But then I'm going to put a second set in. So I'm going to break all of those spaces in half. I don't have very good spacing there. It doesn't matter all that much. Flowers aren't perfectly spaced. If they are, they're annoying. I'm going to move that one over there. I don't like it. All right, and then you just do the same thing, and what happens is, obviously you end up with more petals, but maybe you don't want them big fat like that, but you end up with a whole bunch of littler petals around a big fat middle, and it's kind of fun this way. It's a bit more Mary Englebright. It's a bit more Mary Englebright this way. Tis a bit more merry. Okay. So you have this way, or you have the other one with the big fat petals. Either way works. Oh, either way. All right. Now what do we do? Okay, so for this one, I have done just going to the middle and to the left a tiny bit, and I'm going to actually do just a great big straight stem for these guys. That's really all there is to today's flower until you start filling it in. So this is the fill in that I usually do for this flower for me. If you have chosen to do one of the other styles of fill in garden, just follow what your style is, not mine. And then when I'm doing the center of this flower, I do the double shimmer spot. And if you, I mean, we've only done that a couple of times. So if you don't remember what it is, I'm going to do it again right now. It's when you make your line and then pick it up and put it back down. It's skipping a little, right? That's the shimmer line, and you're going to do that all the way. And usually when you do a shimmer line like this, it's just in one direction. Do, 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 do. Drawing shimmer lines. Do, do, do. There we go. Okay. The double shimmer line is just when you turn it, and I like mine to be at a little bit of an angle instead of one direction and then the other. So I will do this and then skip a little, and I'll have a new shimmer line going a different direction. It's a little bit silly, but it is one of my favorite fill-ins. I have no idea why. It just is. Okay, like so. On my tile for today, I will be doing a set of 3 of these. Does anybody have any questions before I turn to today's tile? So today's tile has a couple of things that we got to start with before we get to the flower thing. Actually, it's just a short note, right? But I'll show you quick if you're ready. So, blah, blah, blah. Where is it? I can turn a page. So this is page 5, right? And we're starting on page 6 today. Where did I put page 6? Hello? There it is. Okay. Page 6. The thing that we need to start with today is our new vine. And you can continue this tonight or on your own or however you want to. But the vine now is the same vine we started with, unless you want a totally different one. It's your garden. Design whatever you want. But mine is going to be the same. And it's going to start up. It's going to start here at the bottom and go up the inside and across. So the vines are going in opposite directions in my book, if you understand that. So I'll pull out my tile and I'll start that first. I'm going to draw everything in tonight with cheat lines because we've been away for a couple weeks and I am a little off kilter, and cheat lines are helpful. So I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do? Hold on. Where did I put my cards? I'm actually going to draw my vine all the way across all 5 again. Because honestly, that really helps to have them set the whole time. So I will start right here and make the first curl like so. And like so. All right, and then join them up because they're going to cross, right? Oops. Whoops. Oops, goodness sakes, that's a lot of oops in one little area. I'm glad I didn't do it in pen first then. Don't worry about your mistakes either. If you make mistakes, we will fix them when it comes to marker time. Pencils are just cheat lines. I really should have been a little kinder with this because I am now assuming they are helper lines. I am now assuming, though, that everybody knows what the vine is. I said we're going to continue the vine like we did last time, except I know at least one person here tonight who is probably not drawing, but I'm going to pretend she is, does not know about the vine. And I should have been more aware. So I'm going to pretend I'm starting right now. If you want to make a vine across your page that you're playing on, or your page that you're practicing on, or your tile that you're joining and drawing on, the first thing you're going to do is draw this wavy line, like a long skinny S. La la la, that's it, just a long skinny S. And then at the end of it, turn it into a loop. And at the end of that loop, turn it into a teardrop by curving it around and bringing it back to its same line. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The next one goes in the opposite direction. I don't know if there's a name for backward S's, but it's a backward S. 3, 4, 5. I feel like I'm making my vine segments much longer than I did last time. Curly Q. Curl all the way around, almost back to the line, and then swoop in like that to make that teardrop end. Whoops, that's not a good ending. All right, I ended on the opposite shape I would like to. I'm going to see how I can get around a corner. Well, okay, I can just go like this, make it wider and go like that. That is really boring. And it's two shapes going the same direction at too close together, and I hate that. That's gonna drive me crazy, and you guys are all allowed to laugh at me when I erase this and do it different later. Because I'm gonna try really hard not to let it make me neurotic, but this is probably going to make me neurotic. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay, so I have my vine at least drawn in place, right? On all 5 cards. Now I'll put these 4 aside and just work on card number 1 today. Well, hello, Lindy. I'm glad you came back. Would you like to see tonight's flower, Lindy? Would you like to see me do a practice version before I do the card version? Because I certainly will do it again. Someday, I'm getting a camera that is not mounted to my desk. I promise. I promise all of you. Yes, please. Okay, I will totally do that. You guys, Leslie, Darcy, and anybody else who's doing it, please just work on your vines or the flowers if you remember what to do. Feel free to work ahead silently on your own while I catch Lindy up. All right, Lindy, so we're going to start with a circle today, a big fat circle. And you can either freehand your circle or totally cheat your circle. So I took out our favorite glue stick, I happen to know you have this one. And, okay, I can't pull my camera back out. Anyway, use your favorite glue stick and trace that big fat circle. There you go. Once you have your big fat circle, you're going to draw your jumping jack marks on it. So you're going to put a little cross hatch where the head and neck are. There it is. And then the hands going up in the air, right? Jumping jacks. And then the legs. Jumping jack, starfish. I don't know. I don't know why I always put my arms up too high. And not even by very much. Look at that. Just a tiny little difference makes, a tiny little shift makes all the difference. Kind of silly. All right, Lindy, tell me when you're ready for the next step. This flower is not hard. Not at all. Not at all. Well, I don't think really any of them have been too hard. Wait till you see the last one, though. I'll give it, while I'm waiting to see if Lindy's ready or not, right? I will tell you guys a secret. Leslie has seen the last flower in this section of our garden. And she is so obsessed in love with it that she's been practicing it already. It's true. She's cheating, that Leslie. All right, so turn your page, Lindy, so that one of your marks is pointing at 3 o'clock. I think if you're left-handed, maybe 9 o'clock. I mean, whatever. God, I'm such a dork. Okay, so have one of your marks at 3 o'clock. And then put your pencil right at the intersection of your mark and the circle and make a rainbow. Like so. Once you have your rainbow in place, turn your paper a little more. This is kind of a long line, so you want to make sure your hand is comfortable. And you're going to start at the end of your rainbow and come all the way to the next intersection. So, I mean, you've probably heard me say it. I say it all the time. I'm saying it again. Turn your paper, not your hand. Turn your paper and then put your pencil back at the end of your rainbow, and your petal for your flower is going to go all the way back to the next intersection. That's all you're going to do all the way around this flower. A rainbow, turn, and a long petal. Rainbow, petal, rainbow, petal. Oops, I turned too far. Rainbow, petal. Now I ended up wonky. See what happens when you don't listen to your own directions? You end up wonky, Lindy. All right, so there is the 5-petal version, and I'll show you how to fill this in, or how I fill it in, right? But this is the exact same method. The only difference is I did my jumping jack marks, and then I put a mark in between each one of those. So then it's got 10 petals instead of 5. Otherwise, the process is exactly the same. When I fill this flower in, whether it's 5 or 10 petals, this is what I do to fill this one in. A simple line and a simple dot. And I'm going to do this really fast because I want to get back to our tiles, but I do the double shimmer line where you pick up your pencil somewhere in the line and then put it back down again. Wow, that one doesn't join up at all. I mean, there should be a difference between fast and sloppy, and this is just sloppy. Okay. Anyways, I do the double shimmer line thing, and then I will do the opposite direction, or, you know, a cross direction. The middle of your flower should be whatever you want. I've seen people do something similar to this. I have seen people fill it with little tiny circles or dots or curlicues or whatever. And there's a bunch of different ways to do the petals too. And then I'm putting a big fat straight stem on this flower, like so. All right, how you feeling, Lindy? Easy enough? Good grief, Revan. Are you serious right now? He's so big that he is taking up the whole other section of my desk. He is laying across papers that I printed, and his head is hanging over the edge and into a coffee mug. How do you sleep like that? Seriously. Okay. All right. So, Lindy, let me show you something quick. If I can figure out where I put it, because, you know, I lose things if they're right next to me. So as we got started tonight, I taped together the last 5 sessions, right? And turned them into the accordion. So there's the first 5. And I'm just showing you this because this is the vine we did. We started way on the 5th tile and went up the far side and then all the way across each one and back to the beginning. And then ended however you want. I ended way down on the bottom again. But for the second half of the book, if you want to make the book, the tiles, or, you know, half a book, or whatever it is you want to do. You could do single pictures or the whole book or whatever, but so far today, all you've missed is the vine for this is going to go up in the opposite direction. So if you want this vine or some version of this vine, here's what we did. We went up tile 6, and now it's going to go across the other direction all the way to the end. All the way to, whoops, I got them mixed up. Okay, all the way to the end. No, that's not right, is it? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? What did I do? I don't know what I've done here. Can you guys see what I did? Look. Okay, so there is 6. This must be 7. 8. No. Okay, 9, 10. No. I should have numbered my tiles, guys. There we go. Okay. I got it. Lindy, if I haven't confused you completely, here we go. The vine goes up tile 6 on the close side and then across the tops of all of them till you get to 10, and then it just ends however you want to end. Good grief. I'll number them later. I will not be quite as discombobulated next week. Yes, it will be a very good idea to make small numbers to avoid such confusion. This was me just demonstrating, as your instructor, I was just demonstrating what can happen if you don't number your tiles. Thank you, and I hope you appreciate how helpful that was. Okay, so for this tile, Yeah, not a bad plan. Mine will be numbered on the back. So for this tile, I am going to put 3 of these little flowers that we made. And I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to use cheat circles or not, but I'm going to estimate where I want these flowers to end up, because I would like them to be, I'd like to use up a lot of this space, but I don't want them just separated, right? I'd like to create a little bit of a cluster for mine. You do what you want. You do you. Here I go. So I'm going to estimate that one of my flowers is going to go right here. I actually think I would like that better if it was taller. All right, I'll leave it where it is. I'll do this different. So I'll put this one right here, and then I will put a small one. I want a small one that will kind of join up with it, right? Let me put a short, small one right there-ish. That looks a lot more like an egg than a circle, but it's okay. It'll be fine. And then I think I'll put a big, tall one way back here. Oh my. Oh my. How daring. I'm not sure how I feel about that. We'll find out soon. So I have the bodies of my flowers in place. And I am fine with the placement because, you know, I have no idea what it's going to look like. Whatever. But what I am going to do is I'm going to choose which circle I want to be the flower closest to me, the viewer. And I want my closest flower to be this little guy right here. So I'm going to draw his jumping jack in first. Remembering to put the arms down a little farther than I'm comfortable with, because I always put them too close. And now I think I did too far. Whatever. Gosh, I'm picky. And then I'm going to put the petals in with the closest one first, because I think that this flower is going to overlap with this one, right? So I'm going to get the petals all in place so that I know where to jump over when I make the petals for this one. I'm not changing the method at all, regardless of the cluster or the size or the freehand or the shading or the anything. Rainbow. 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 Turn the paper, not your hand. Rainbow. Remember not to stress if your lines and stuff are all wonky. Look at my petals are all wonky. My lines are all wonky. I certainly don't like the point in that one. It doesn't matter. These lines are just guides and they're going to get erased. And we'll do all the fixing necessary when we pull the pens out. Okay. So now I'll move on to the second flower. I really wanted this one to be medium size and this one to be big. But this one looks a little bigger, but there's not much difference between them at all. All right, I'm going to put my jumping jack in and put my petals in. And I will worry about how to alter this one once I see where the petals go for this one. 3 o'clock. Make a rainbow. Uh-oh. I have to get card number 2 out. Maybe I should have numbered them already. Maybe I should have numbered them already. That doesn't look like it meets up very well. Is it maybe you? I'm gonna go with that. Whatever. It's this one. Okay, so rainbow. It doesn't cross very much at all, though. Yikes. Rainbow and petal. Okay, set that aside a while. Rainbow, petal. Here's where I have to be careful. So here's where they overlap. I want the big flower behind. So I'm just going to pretend to make a rainbow. And it would end about here. I'm going to have to remember, or I guess I can put a cheat dot, right? I'll put a cheat dot in my flower, make the turn of my card, and then pretend I'm putting my pencil back down. And where it would come out right about there. There we go. There we've got the hidden petal behind the flower. That looks pretty good, really. I'm not worrying about this one because I think that's going to be the farthest away one. So I'm going to draw right over it. I'm not going to worry about it here because I'm going to put this flower in front of the vine. There we go. No worries. I'm not going to make any changes. This is a little smaller than this. And it's farther away, which means perspective-wise, it would technically be the biggest because it would be bigger than that. But it would look smaller because it's farther away. I'm going with that. I have reasoned my way into not changing my circles. So I'm going to go ahead and put the flower in place. Just in case you think I only negotiate the details silly like that because you're there and I have to keep talking. Nope. No, I would be negotiating the details whether you guys were here or not. Rainbow. Petal. Rainbow. Petal. What do we got going on here? Okay. This is going to go behind two flowers. So rainbow. Petal-ish. I don't think I did that one right, but whatever. This one's going to go behind the vine. So I'm going to go rainbow, and it's going to be behind this leaf. And it's, oh my gosh, it comes out like right at the edge. Oh, I turned too far. Turned too far and ended up with a wonky rainbow. There we go. All right, all my cheat lines are in place. I'm not going to put the stems in place yet. I'm not worried about getting the stems in place until we have some, you know, concrete stuff down here. So the next thing to do is start getting the markers and pens out. So if you are just using regular pencil and ballpoint pen, perfectly fine. Grab a ballpoint pen of any color and it'll totally work for this. But if you are a person who's doing more and you have your microns or your, you know, whatever kind of liners you got, pick some colors for your vines and your flowers. And I do believe that this flower of mine is going to have yellow middles and purple petals. Or should I do purple middles and yellow petals? I don't think I've ever done an inside out flower. I think in my brain the middles are always the lighter color, and that's just not true, is it? Hashtag justification. Yup. Just ask for a rationale. I'll give you one. I think I'm gonna challenge myself, guys. I'm gonna put the purple in the middle. Oh my gosh, you have no idea how much that means I'm branching out. You have no idea. I'm a little nervous. I better hurry up and do it before I change my mind. I'm gonna go ahead and put my circles in purple, and then I am committed, man. Remember that this is where you can fix any little edges you didn't like, any shapes or sizes you didn't like. Now I'm supposed to be fixing with my pen, but now I've got a marker spot right there that's too much of a point, but I'll just thicken the line a little bit and it won't matter. Patty, if you're still here, this is why doodling is for everybody. Because, you know, it just doesn't require anything very difficult. If you make a mess, you just cover it up. Or say, flowers aren't perfect in nature either. They're perfectly imperfect. Okay, so there we go. We have one purple circle. I have made my commitment, people. Okay, not entirely. I could still cheat. So you know what I'm going to do before I cheat? I'm going to put the yellow lines in. And because I make my lines so dark, just so you guys can see them, I'm not erasing to change anything. I won't cheat on my tile, I promise. But I'm going to do a little pre-erasing to make them lighter because I'm afraid of that gray bleeding through the yellow, right? Okay. The bees would be confused. They won't know what to do. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start putting the petals in so that I cannot change my mind. Okay, there we go. Completely committed. Done. My poor brain. What do you mean the yellow's on the outside? I've never heard of anything so ridiculous. Oh my gosh, you know when we do all the final touches stuff, I should totally put bees in here like flying the wrong direction. I'll put their like little flight indicator dot stuff like going backward and stuff. I'll think of some way to do it, but my bees are going to be confused. That's what I'm saying. Because that's just a hilarious idea. Oh, I just thought of a way I can still cheat. Goodness sakes, man. I am ridiculous. Okay. In place, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna confess the way I thought of cheating. Even though I have this much in place, I could put the center of the petals in purple and the hash middle in yellow. And then it would be a crazy mixed up flower, but it would still be more reminiscent of what my brain says a flower is. So I'm going to thicken my lines here. And I'm going to do this right now. There, now I can't, well, I'll probably think of another way I can cheat, but I mostly can't cheat. If you're still thinking that this looks ridiculous and it's not turning out right, remember that once you erase your cheat lines or guidelines, if you want to be nicer to yourself, than I apparently want to be to me. But once you erase those lines, regardless of what you call them, everything will look cleaned up and spiffy, and they will all look fabulous. There we go. First flower in place, I can no longer cheat. So, once you get your flowers basically in place, use a pen to go over all those lines. And that's what I'm going to keep working on right now. I'm going to pick my green and get busy. Do 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 do. So I've got my vine to get in place. I don't remember what kind of leaves I did on the last one. I might go back and take a look and see what that was, or I might decide this is a different vine altogether. Who knows? I went to the Joann sale today. It's not a sale. It's a big fat lie. That's what it is. Just so you know. There's really not much left in the store already, but nothing was on sale, really. I mean, they had 10, 20, or 30% off some stuff, but not everything. And they didn't have it marked, so everybody was really mad because you couldn't tell what was what price. And before the 10, 20, or 30% came off, they jacked the prices up, like really high. Like manufacturer suggested retail price. There we go. That was a lot of words that I don't use together very often. But the prices were jacked up really high. Excuse me, sir. No, you're not gonna... Seriously? You're not gonna lay here, honey bunch. Come on. Come on. You can't lay here, baby. No. Okay, if the camera goes wonky... Oh, good grief. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll fix it in a second. Come on, Revan. Buddy. You cannot lay where I'm drawing. Honey. I'm sorry, buddy. All right. I'm back. Hi. Jeez. Oh, good grief. Good grief, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm wondering why he's so needy this evening, because he's usually not very needy, and he's acting like he's not feeling well, and he's acting like he's in pain when you pet him on his back. So he will be getting my attention a little more when we're done drawing, and I'll see if I can figure out what's bugging our boy, because he is not usually he's not usually that needy. He's a tad more independent. Oh, he is a ginormous cat. He's just huge. He's not, what is that really big one? A Manx? Is that the big one? He's not one of those, but he is still a sizable beastie. Now he's unhappy with my behavior. He just grunted and left. Oh, poor Pooh Bear. My poor Pooh Kitty. I have so many names for him, it's ridiculous. 20% where you are, huh, Joann's? It didn't matter. The prices were, I mean, even with the percent off, the prices were jacked up so high that it was either still regular price or maybe a little bit under. I did have a list of stuff I need, so I went to see if there was any of that, could I get a good deal on something, right? So I wasn't terribly heartbroken because, to be perfectly honest, let's admit it, I don't need more crafting supplies. Really. There were a couple tools I wanted, and then I went to see if there's a couple tools I would like to have, and then I went to see if there was anything that would fit some special projects I have coming up, just to see if I could get any deals on making things super jazzy. But I have a couple of custom journals that I have to work on soon. Actually, I guess they'll start on Saturday because it's March, and February finish at February will be done. And I'm gonna jump right into making journals. So those projects will start very soon. And I just wanted to see if there was, a special something. A special wow something. Okay. I think that's good enough. I've got my vines in place. I'm going to go ahead and do those other 2 flowers now. And then I get to erase my lines and do all the pretty stuff. I'm excited. Darcy. While I'm doing this, I saw that you said you had to go scroll back to the beginning. Did you scroll back to the beginning to peek at the sneak peek I accidentally gave of our new garden? Is that what you did? I mean, it's going to have a replay, so people are going to see it. I wouldn't cheat too far ahead if I were any of you, though, either watching now or in the replay, because there is a part of the garden that I am quite unhappy with, and we're going to change it. Just saying. Be careful. Be careful. This is serious business, this doodle garden. And it is a flawed plan right now. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Should I look up? Is it time? Of course. Yeah, see? I didn't know if you were going to confess, but sure enough, you did. You're going to have to join Patty. Not you, Patty, if you're still there. A different Patty. But you'll have to join Patty in detention now, Darcy. Doodle school detention. It's rough stuff, I'm telling you. They'll have to make like a breakfast style or a Breakfast Club style movie about it. Doodle detention. I can't make heads or tails out of my lines anymore. I think I'll have to draw the petals in before I put the other circle in, because I'm kind of losing track of the overlaps here. Okay, there we go. Whoops, 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 whoops. And I will need this for the tiny speck that goes on card number 2. Turn, rejoin. Whoops. Make sure your cards aren't overlapped. That'll just make everything goofy. Okay, there we go. I don't need that anymore. So, rainbow. And something about like that. Oh, and then it actually meets right there. That's a very crowded little spot. That's good though. The rainbow, oh, the rainbow ended right there. And then it came out here. Okay. I think I'm back on track and understand what I'm doing again. Rainbow. How are you guys doing? If you were following along tonight, how are your flowers going? Do you have any questions for me? Do you need anything? Should we back up at all? You know, that kind of stuff. Ah, shoot. That was no good. Mistakes have been made. Okay, I need to change my tune about this, I think, because I made a mistake right there. All right, what you got over here? We have a spooky face. Made you think of me? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Why did you have to apologize? Wait a minute. What? Am I going to be mad? No, I won't be mad. I'm just kidding. Is it in the video? Like, did you release the video? Because I'm way behind on watching everybody's videos. And if it will make me laugh, I'll go watch that one first. I could use a laugh. Okay. Flower number 3. Oh no. It is in the video. You turned your papers, didn't you? I do hate that. I hate that very much. You want to hear something really funny, Darcy? When we were looking at your scanned and or created things the other day, I had a really hard time with the ones with the papers turned. Oh my goodness, it was terrible. I'm like, quit looking at that, you dork. I am gonna go watch that because that will make me giggle. If anybody else wants to watch Darcy's video and learn just how neurotic I am, you go ahead and watch that. Because Darcy puts her text on her collage sheets sideways or backward or upside down, and she doesn't even care. I have to put mine all in the proper direction. Hello? Oh, good grief. Good grief, girl. All right. Let's get the last flower in place so we can do the erasing. To me, I mean, the details, when we put the details on the flowers and the details at the very end, when we do the final details on all 5 cards, those are cool because they make it dimensional and they add motion and life and all that kind of stuff, right? But the most satisfying part of all of the doodling for me is when you get to erase the guidelines. I don't know why. It's just like the best. I think because it just looks like such a big mess, you're certain nothing good is going to come out of it, right? Until you get those guidelines off and you go, oh, look, there's flowers in there. I love that part. It's my favorite. Oops, I overlapped that one too. Okay, I am vine accommodation deficient. Did you guys even know that that could be a thing? I am vine accommodation deficient. One more petal. This is exciting. I'm going to try to accommodate the vine this time. Ha! I did it. Good girl. Way to go. All right, I'm going to give this a second to dry. Remember that if you are not using liner pens, like this is a liner pen, I don't have to wait for it to dry. It's dry. These dry super fast. Remember, if you're using any other kind of pen or marker or a ballpoint pen or whatever you're using, if you're not using something that dries super fast, don't erase your guidelines until you've given it a minute and made sure it's dry. I have led so many doodlers astray by not stressing how important that is. You would think I would have learned my lesson, but I still do it every once in a while, don't I? I still forget to tell you, wait till your drawings are dry. As long as you're having fun, that's when what matters. What? Oh, what direction your text goes. Yeah. Well, I'm always having fun too, but I have more fun if my text is the right way. Jeez. I don't know, Darcy. What is the excuse for me? Okay. It is time. I heard if you had a kneading eraser like this, you could just roll it across, which is sort of true, but if you have serious lines to get off, it's going to take forever. I'm going to do this on my lap a little bit because, man, am I shaking my desk. Okay. I will be back in just a second. In the meantime, tell me how you're doing on your flowers. If you get to a point where you can tell me. I love how quiet the chat gets in this channel all the time. You can tell when we're working and when we're not. Oh, goodness. I mean, it's a slow night tonight, right? But, it's still the same. And whenever we're working hard, it's quiet. And then all of a sudden we're chatting again. I love that. It's kind of entertaining. Oh, shoot. Okay, the pencil is not coming out from under my yellow marker. I may have to do something. I may have to do something to fix the gray in my petals. I think I know what I can do, though. I'm not worried. I am not worried one bit. I sure am getting a lot of messages. I wonder, I don't know what's up. What's up? All right. Good enough. Oh, shoot. Okay. I'm coming back. There we go. Okay, let's just set that eraser there in case we need it again and move on with our flower situation. We've got a flower situation. Oh. All right, hold on. I got to actually answer this message. I didn't know that. Oh my gosh. Hold on a second and I'll tell you what the heck I'm doing. Okay, done. So I have somebody who's trying to send me a package, which doesn't sound like a big deal, and actually it's not urgent or anything, but she wants to get done with it, and she's having a problem that happens with my address. And here's the funny thing. It happens... What the heck is happening there? Oh, okay. It happens every time. It happens all the time with people who are trying to find me or reach me or whatever. Mail a thing here. So here's what happens, right? I live in the town of North St. Paul. That is a small town on the east side of St. Paul. But it's not East St. Paul. So there's an East St. Paul. There's the east side of St. Paul. There's a town called North St. Paul. And then there, of course, there's the north side of St. Paul proper. There's a West St. Paul, but it's south of St. Paul. And there's a South St. Paul that is south of St. Paul, but it's also south of West St. Paul. So she's trying to put my address in, and sometimes my address does not cooperate, and she can't get it to say the right town. It keeps trying to like autocorrect and put in the wrong town. I just had to let her know, stop fighting. It'll get here. It'll get here. It's fine. Okay, I learned that I can put this line of my vine right through my flower. So there's one fix for me. All right, and then I'm going to clean up some of these curves in my vine. Leslie, I think it's perfectly okay if your flowers look like lollipops. I think this flower just kind of does look like lollipops. Once you put bees on it, it'll be obvious it's a flower, right? Oh, put ants on it, then it'll look more like a lollipop. Okay, there we go. All right, I kind of like this. This is good. Fixing my curvy lines. Whoops. Going off my curvy lines. All right, I think I'm gonna save working on the vine because these flowers are still looking pretty raggedy to me and it's making me unhappy. So I'm going to try using my white gel pen, right? Oh. Okay. Yeah. If it says, if the system insists that I live in St. Paul, it'll still get here because the zip code is right. Wasps do really like lollipops. Yeah, they do. Make sure that you, if you know where the wasp nest is and there's a little kid you really don't like, give them a lollipop. Whoa! That was mean. No, don't do that. That was dark humor, people. Okay. I probably shouldn't have said that out loud. I'm going to get nasty messages now. People are going to yell at me. Watch. How dare you? So I think if I put a white bit over the gray that I didn't erase enough ahead of time, and then redo my yellow, it should fix it, right? I think it will. I guess we'll find out, and then you guys will know if you can do this too. If you make a mistake with too light of a marker and you don't erase your lines enough, can you re-white and then re-yellow? 'Tis the question. Alright, I'll have to let this dry for a few minutes because this gel doesn't dry very fast. But that is my attempt at a fix to get rid of the places that are too gray for me. In the meantime, I'm going to try my hash marks in the center of my flowers. And this is the part that's a real stickler for me because I'm super picky about how these turn out. And I might try a lighter purple. Maybe this, but this is a really weird red purple. So let's see if I'm going to use it or not. No. Nope, 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 nope. Wrongo in the Congo. How about this one? That's even darker than the other purple, and I kind of think I like it, but I'm not sure. I actually might do that. I'm going to adjust my purple circles though, because there's some parts I'm not happy with. So I'm going to adjust that first. Okay. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. What's up, buddy? Hi, sweetheart. Okay. This one has a great big lump over here. I'm not sure what happened to this poor flower, but it's very wonky. It is quite wonky. Hi, sweetheart. You made me excuse. You made me wiggle my flower line, mister. Oh, goodness sakes. Okay, that was my printer. Did you hear that noise? That was my cat jumping in my printer. Oh, jeez Louise, man. Do you know what I have discovered? I have discovered that if you have 4 cats and you are a paper crafter at the same time, your house will have a lot of dust. I'm just letting you know. In case you didn't realize, paper crafts and cats both create dust. And both of them together is a lot of flippin' dust. All right, back to the yellow petals. I'm gonna see how that gray covers, and I'm going to strengthen the outline of the petals and smooth out my lines. Put my middles in, the 2 bigger ones, and then I'm going to start shading. Oh no, I forgot the centers of my, I forgot the centers. I'll have to do that first, but we're almost to the shading part. Okay, I might just have to cave and put this petal behind the vine because I did not do a very good job at this particular petal. Or I'll put a giant bug there or something. pushing too hard and my liner is pulling up the gel pen. So the gray is coming back and my yellow liner isn't working because it's covered in gel pen. So, note to you guys, if you try this cheat or fix, if you try this fix, don't press too hard or your marker will get full of gel pen and quit working. And make your gray lines return. That's pretty funny. Lesson learned. Oh my gosh, that pedal's awful. I have to fix that, seriously, man. I'm not happy with its behavior. Okay. Oh, wait a second. I have an idea. I'm going to try a yellow marker. This is just a kid's Crayola marker. You know what else will work if you have this issue and you did something too light a color or didn't erase your pencil lines enough? Paint pen would totally fix this. I have paint pens. Maybe I'll fix it that way later. See, I knew the yellows go in the middle. This wouldn't have been a problem if I had made my flower the right way. None of this would be happening if I made my flower the right way. Well, hello, Kim. I am feeling better, thank you, Kim. I'm not gonna cut a show very often, but my eyes were literally swollen shut. I could not see. And then my voice started going away because my throat started swelling. I couldn't talk. It is really hard to do a live stream when you can't see or talk. It was rough. You know, most of the time you can sit here and draw flowers anyway, but seeing and speaking are kind of prerequisites. I'm just saying. Okay, let's get some center. Kim, do you want me to go backward and go back to the practice paper and show you the flower we're making tonight? Yeah, it is it does sound awful. It also looks awful, to be fair, but it's not, no. In my house, we're really used to it because it happens a lot, but I just, if it's that much, it's hard to do anything. Oh, you're eating. Okay. So, I will not go backward then. And, you catch up when you want to. On your own time. Do it on your own time, Kim. Jeez. Don't be so demanding. So your son went off to the airport? Where is your son off to? Because, yes, I'm nosy. And you can tell me, mind your own business, lady, if you want to. Because I really should. But I'm nosy. Yeah. Nosy, nosy. Okay. There we go. Okay, let me get some middles in. Oh, really? That sounds intriguing. Huh. I'd like to hear about that trip. Okay. Shimmer line. I am not very good at maintaining straight shimmer lines. That's the separation in the center. Some people are so good at getting these lines close together, getting them really super parallel, and making their shimmer lines super straight. I am not one of those people. That's one of the reasons that I claim I'm aiming for whimsy, even if I'm not actually claiming or aiming for whimsy. Because then, you know, it'll end up that way. And it'll look like I did it on purpose. There we go. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do that double shimmer line like I mentioned earlier. See if I can maintain it any better. I bet you guys didn't know that that's how you create whimsy, right? Or that's what you tell anybody if you weren't able to maintain straight lines. They're not supposed to be straight. It's whimsical. Okay. There's one. I wanted them really close together, and now I'm sad that I didn't put them farther apart. I think I'm going to try them farther apart on the next one. Watch, then I won't like it. I'll want them closer together. He went to... Really? Okay, so they have a... That's funny. Yeah, I do... Yeah. I am familiar with RuneScape. I didn't know there was a fest, though. That's kind of hilarious. There's kind of a festival or Comic-Con or con or whatever. There's kind of a festival or convention for everything though, isn't there? And online gaming conventions is not unique. Most of them do. What a lucky duck that he gets to go though. That sounds like it's going to be a total hoot. A total hoot. Like, is he there as a professional or as a player? Or as a, not a player. He is a player. A profession. Is he there as a professional player or is he there as a visitor? That's what I wanted to know. Now you've learned another thing about me, everybody, and Kim especially. Not only am I nosy, I apparently don't care that I'm interrupting your dinner either. I'm just going to quiz you. It's just true. Tell me all the things and let your dinner get cold, Kim. That one's way too far apart. Let's see what we can sneak in the middle. Good. There we go. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that. I actually think I like it. I think I like them different. Yep, I think I like that. Once the shading gets in, I think those will be cool. Oh, he's there as a visitor. Gosh, that sounds fun. I hope he has a hoot of a time. I'm a little jealous, to be honest. Although I did have fun today. I did not have fun at Joann's. That was not fun. But then I got to go to the Asian market. And there's a really big one, but I don't get to go there as much anymore. And I got to go there today. And then I spent way too much money because I had a little too much fun. And wait a minute. Where is it? Oh, look. I'm not all the way done with it. The dumplings are something I already had, and the bao buns that I had for dinner are done, but I have 2 bao buns left. Those are dessert ones. There's coconut filling. Ah, yum. I felt so excited. I just love steamed buns. I first learned about that particular kind of steamed buns from a video game. I can't remember which game it was. But if you get too injured, you'd have to eat buns to get your health back. I loved that game. It was fun. And then there were those cool buns in it with that, ruffled top. And I'm like, I wonder if those are real food. Sure enough, they are. That was an awful long time ago, but that's how I learned about steamed buns. They are delicious. And the ones I got are good too. Like, not every kind of steamed bun is good. These are the super squishy, fluffy kind. Oh, they turned out amazing. All right. What do we need? We need some stems for our flowers. And then I will show you a little embellishment trick that I'm going to do. And, oh, I'm going to do it in orange. I'll show you that first. And then I'll do some shading, and then we're already done for the night. Okay, so, not all the time, and you certainly don't have to, but sometimes I will embellish this flower. And actually, I'm going to pull over the practice page because there's a couple of different things. One is the one I'm going to do now, is I will go in between the big petals and just put a little couple baby petals in there, like so. Right? You can also go in between here and just do some, you know, marker flicks or liner flicks. I didn't do that very well. Ignore the faulty. There you go. That's a little better. So do some little flicks like they're coming out, or do some squiggles like they have some little vines coming out the sides. I don't know. You can do all kinds of different things, but I like the little tiny baby petals. So I'm going to do that quick. Like so. Oh my. So they would be in there and they would just show like that. I'm not sure how that one would show. This one would go right over that petal on the other flower. So I think that'll be all right. And it looks like these might overlap. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. That's kind of cool. That one's kind of squished right there. I think I'm going to overlap these also, because I kind of like that look. I think I will repeat it like so. Yeah, I think I'll do that. This one would be right on top of this flower, and I think this orange is strong enough to just cover the yellow right up. It is. Look at that. Looking good. Whoops, forgot what I was doing. Don't get overconfident, lady. Fate will get ya. There we go. Did you see what I did and how I paid for thinking my flower was looking good? Fate will get you every time. Are my pens running out of ink? Gosh darn it, you gotta be kidding me. There we go. I think it's pretty darn lame if I'm gonna need new pens, cause no, it actually won't be. It'll be kind of fun. Who am I kidding? Oh darn, I gotta buy new pens. Oh my gosh. Jemaya. Jomaya? Okay, mine's called Hatien. I can pronounce that. Hatian. That is my favorite. We've been to quite a few of them, but that one's really big. And it's got every country I can think of. It's got a lot of the countries I want. Probably not everyone I can think of. I may have gotten a little carried away, but it's got a lot. I may have been a tad hyperbolic there. Ooh. Hey guys, remember this one? I kind of loved that flower. We might have to do another thing with that flower someday. I'm gonna cheat, guys. I'm gonna I'm gonna use a guide for my stems. Why aren't my pens working? Seriously, what is the deal? This is a whole different set, and this one should not be running out. Look at how much ink is in there. You can see the ink. I think it's just that dry air in here. I think it's just that dry. I do not like the positioning of that one. I should be more careful. Okay, my stems are in place. I don't have any leaves on the sample flower that I did when I'm trying to plan out the garden. So I don't have anything to show you for leaves for this one. I always think it is funny when I do a big fat straight stem like that, and then I do like just a little tiny curvy leaf sticking out the side. So that's probably what I'll do. In fact, look, it is what I'll do, because I did. You ever notice how often I speak in sentences that aren't positive about anything, but I'm actually doing the thing that it sounds like I'm not positive of? I am starting to notice that I do that a lot. A lot. Ooh, this is a possibility. What do you mean it's a possibility? It's already done. Hey. I don't want to sound too pushy. I don't want to sound all arrogant. Although, rumor has it I do often. If I ever sound arrogant, guys, just know that I'm joking. Or no, I'm misspeaking. I'm doing something. It's not real. It's fake. Fake. Oh, goodness sake, what? It's stuck to me. And my card is spinning on my desk. Okay. All right, what do we got for time? We only have about 4 minutes left of actual time, and I want to get some shading in this stuff so we can kind of see what it's going to look like when it's done. Or, you know, start to see finishing. And so if you want to do some shading on your own, or if anybody watches the replay. So I'm just going to put the yellow in the edges or in the points of the petals like I did right here, and I will just do that on all of them. And I will put it on the orange ones as well, although I probably don't have to because my blending stump will have enough to shade those itty bitty orange petals. Because this is a lot of charcoal I'm putting down. As you know, most of you who have watched this before, I always put too much charcoal on. Today is not different. I am going to learn a tiny bit of a lesson though. Take a look. This is all way too dirty to be working with orange and yellow and what have you. So before I try blending that, I'm going to pull out a little strip of sandpaper and clean a bunch of that off. All right, let's try that. So same method as always, except this time I'm just going to make sure that I am only going in one direction because I'm going to pull that charcoal into the petal. But I want to smooth out the charcoal bits that I put and then push it up into the petal. So smooth out the charcoal and then push it up into the petal. Like so. I'm going to do it super quick so we can I'm going to do it super quick so I can do at least one center too. I did not realize I was going so slow today, so I apologize for not getting farther along on this flower. All right, let's find the purple pencil, purple chalk. For this one, I am just gonna go around the whole circle, as you can probably imagine, and then swirl it. Make sure that the line is softened and smoothed out. And then I am literally going to swirl my way into the center. Like so. Ooh, kind of pretty. Kind of pretty. I am noticing one thing. My yellow charcoal doesn't really show up very well, and it's more of a gold color. So I think let's just try it and see what you guys think, see what we think as a team. I think I'm going to take some orange and put that in the, you know, along the line of the center of the petal. Like, and down in that little, I can't get it to go in the valley, in that little valley bit. What does that mean if your charcoals won't put any charcoal down? They just feel, I don't know how to explain how it feels, but nothing comes off. Well, now it is. I must have, whatever. It feels like it's glazed over somehow. And then I did a bunch instead of just one. I was just going to try it. Now apparently I'm just doing it. So I'm just going to add some orange where the petals meet the center of the flower. cause some deeper shading, shadowing, shading. You know what I mean. All right, I'm gonna leave it like that. We're gonna call it a day. We're gonna call it a day. All right, what do you think, guys? How did we do? I don't know what I think. Oh, let's have our, oh, I was just gonna say, well, let's wait till Leslie says goodbye. She's our goodbye person because, you know, typing. But she already did. Sneaky lady, I'm telling you. And I am apparently on a mission with this one because I said we were done and let's go, and yet I am just still working away. Okay. Good night, Kim. Good night, Leslie. Good night, anybody else who is still here. Good night, Miss Darcy. Thank you for hanging out, everybody. See you next time. And for all of you who don't chat, I mean, thank you for hanging out too. I see that you're here and you're not required. Chatting is not required. See you next week, guys. We'll work on some more doodling. Next week, we have a really fun flower. Really fun. Okay, bye.